Hey guys, my name is DevChooks. So in the last video, we handled moving cards within a particular group, but not like outside that group, all right? So if I reorder my card within a group, it works. But if I take it outside, then it doesn't work. It goes back to the way it was. So I just want to explain how that was done, because the last video I just had to make it work. All right. So basically, the first step is to get a variable of the original array. All right. Everything in stores. Then you basically find the index of the group that you're currently working on. Is it group 1, group 2, or group 3? All right. You find what index it is. That's basically what we did here. So stores.find by index. And then we want to find where the store ID is equal to the source droppable ID. All right. Then next thing is that we want to create a new array from just the items in that particular group. All right. With that index, we just want to create an array of what the original items on that array looks like. All right. So let's say we have something like this. Let's say we have yam. It may not be the original one there, but just so that you understand. Yam, beans. By the way, let me increase my font size. I think that's going to help. All right. So we have yam, beans, gari, and potato. Yeah. Now, what splice does is that it modifies a list by removing or adding. It can add at any point of the list, unlike push and other array modification stuff that either adds at the back or in front. Splice can go in between and do that. So we create another array. We create another variable called removed, and basically we then go and say new array dot splice, and the first item in splice is where do you want to start modifying from. So that's the source.index, which also happens to be the place you start pulling your card from. What index is that? All right. Then source.index, and then 1 means you want to remove it. All right. 0 means don't remove anything. Just start from there. All right. Just start from there, but don't remove anything. The second item there means how many items from that index do you want to remove. So if I change this from 1 to, let's say, 2, whatever the source index is, let's say the source index is yam or beans. All right. If I say 2, it's going to remove beans, it's going to remove gari. But if as the index is 1, if the source index is beans, it's just going to remove only beans, which is what we have done here. Since we cannot drag more than 2 cards at once, we are dragging 1 card. So we want to remove that card that we're dragging from the array, which is exactly what we did here. Now, new array.splice returns an array. So that's why we destructured it here at once. All right. Then we want to now say new array.destination. So we're splicing it again, but this time around we don't want to remove, we just want to add. So splice takes in 3 variables sometimes, or 3 arguments. The 3 arguments, the first one is where do we want to start from. The second one is how many things do you want to remove. All right. Then the last argument is what do you want to replace what you are removing. So what are you trying to use to replace what you're removing? In this case, since we say don't remove anything, just add what we removed from the first splice into the second position. Then that solves it. All right. Then all we have to do is to go back to the original array, which we collected from the source, and find the group index again, dot items, and we equate that to the new array. So basically, at this point, on line 24, after line 24, let's say it was beans, the array will now be like this, yam. Let's say it was beans we removed. The array will now be like this, yam, gari, and potato. All right. Then after we do this new splice dot stuff, let's say the index is the last one. The array is now going to be like this, yam, gari, potato, beans. All right. Then all we have to do is that now we have the new order we want. You just save it as the new array for the items. All right. And then you set it back, set stores back. That's basically what's happening under the hood. All right. That's basically what's happening. I'm going to comment all of this out. The reason why I had to take time to come back to explain this is because we are going for a more complex round, which is going to be dragging between groups. All right. Later on, we are going to even drag like these guys too. All right. Later on, we're going to drag these guys. So see you guys in the next video. I hope this makes more sense to you now.